Hey all, today we're going to cover patch 34.21 server-side hotfix patch. This is happening today. You don't have to download everything. It's just going to happen. Mobile players, you're all set. You're all good. Standard Hearthstone players, I'm sorry. I don't cover that side of the fence over here. We cover just the Battlegrounds. I apologize. But there's a lot of Battlegrounds changes, even if they're only server-side. Let's jump right into them. First, we have bug fixes and gameplay improvements. Timewarp Twirler would reset its account when tripled. I guess it doesn't now set the count. Honestly, I have never been offered this card. I've played Quillboard, but I've just never seen it. So here we go. Fish of N'Zoth and Piloted Whirlotron now correctly copy Timewarp Riplash, Death Rattle, which makes, that's a good fix because, hey, if you're playing with these Death Rattle things and you take a Death Rattle minion, you assume synergy. Now you've actually have resolved a bug where Bluesy Siren could copy Deep Blues into an opponent's hand. Now, I don't know how that happens, but I just find that very humorous to just be sitting there playing, I don't know, a Death Rattle Beast build, and all of a sudden I'm getting Deep Blues, and I'm like, what? How does this happen? I've never seen this bug, but I played a lot of Naga, so I'm sure I fed somebody some of this. Colossus Rally Effect now deals damage to neighbors when copied by Stoneshell Guardian. Very, very niche case, but when it happens, it's good. Fixed an issue where some cards wouldn't always triple as intended. I saw this happen 3 times, where I would buy a triple, it would show it's a triple in the shop, I would buy it, nothing would happen, and then as long as I survived into the next turn, which I didn't a couple times, and I was kind of pissed, it would then triple in the following turn for me. And I don't know if this was the case for everybody, but this is a massive fix, which was incredibly irritating. Timewarp Dios and Timewarp Probius now display their Chronum cost properly. I believe these were just showing a 0 when they were 2, but good fix either way, all set. Fixed an issue where Buddy linked to Timewarp Lee would not display if hero power changed. Good fix. Tuskar Raider now correctly grants bounties. Bounties? You mean the bounties that were removed from the game? Did they fix it? I think I read something about this where somebody had it where they took this card and then it just didn't do anything. So I'm guessing the bounties are there, but only for a couple very niche minions. Green Volumizer created by Apexis Guardian can no longer incorrectly return to the card pool. So what I believe was happening, and which I've had reported to me in a couple of cases, is every time the Apexis Guardian would die and attach minions of the Green Volumizer type 2 minions, and then for some reason after the combat those would go in the pool, making it a lot easier to find Green Volumizers. That's how it was explained to me. This is something that I don't even know how you would know was happening unless you saw just shops full of Green Volumizers, because you were generating that many, like Golden Macaw, Golden Apexis Guardian, Golden Titus, triggered for like 5 turns, and your shops are just full of them. That's the only way I think you'd really know something like this is taking place, but I have heard people reporting it. Profound Thinker's Rally ability can no longer cast Well Wishes, which is probably a pretty good fix. Blood Gems from Timewarp to Bloodbinder now properly triggers Spellbound Soul, good fix. Buffs from Waveling, Worgen Executioner, and Engine Blazer no longer buff your duo partner's shop. Now, yeah, that's kind of disgusting. You're buffing your shop and your teammate's shop? Ooh, good fix. I don't play much duos, so I don't see too many of these. Timewarped Shivara now gains stats correctly when Corrupted Cupcakes is cast on another friendly demon, or when Timewarped Devourer consumes a demon, which makes complete sense. That's the whole point of this minion. If you're consuming things in the shop, this minion's supposed to gain stats also. If it's not, what's the point of having it? So, good change. Catacomb Crasher now applies the correct stats when goldenized by Golden Touch. Good fix. Several cards had their VFX speed when being added to hand increased. Now this is things like, can't think of its name, but the tier 6 all-type minion. It's just killing me now, and I'll find it later. I'm gonna leave me being confused here. Its Battle Cry would add a spell to your hand, and it took forever if you had Brand. If you golden it, or you had a golden Brand, you skipped this minion because it took so long to generate the card. So very good fix. Battlegrounds balance changes. Drama Lock has been removed from the minion pool. Now, some of you might be sitting here going, didn't that happen already? And it did, but it's in the notes, and maybe someone doesn't know it, and they have been rolling for a Drama Lock. Stop. You can't get it. I don't care if you just saw another YouTube video about it. It's not in the game. Stop rolling, or if you're in my lobby, roll. Search for it. Go nuts. Apexis Guardian now buffs 2 other friendly mechs, was 3. Now, this card's a point of a headache for me. I will be in a lobby, there'll be 6 people left, and 5, if not 6 of those players are all playing mechs, especially of Beaster. And also, I don't think this is enough. I know this is a server-side patch. I honestly, if they remove Apexis Guardian, I think mechs are dead. But I think this is still not enough. And short of a complete rework of Apexis Guardian, this card should just be removed. I think it's still going to be a problem. Okay, it doesn't win, 90% of the lobbies it's in. It doesn't have everyone trying to play it. So it's not as good, but it's still going to be good. I think the issue here with people who point out, they're like, oh, well, mechs have a really bad finish rate. Like, they're not top 4ing as much as other tribes. And I'm like, no. The problem is that there's 7 to 8 players playing mechs, and only 4 of them can be in the top 4. And if anything else sneaks in, it makes mechs look a lot worse. So I don't think this is enough. I think it needs a dramatic rework. I think if it just buffs 1 mech, it's not worth it. But I think 2 mechs is still too much, and 3 was way too much. And I don't think going from, well, I'm hoping this makes the difference. I really do hope this fixes it, and I'm wrong. But it feels like it's not enough. What do you think? All right, let's hit these quick because there's going to be quite a few of these, and we're going to try to do them as quickly as possible with little comment because some of them need it, or deserve it. Minor time warps, power of Shutterwalk, cost reduced from 2 to 1. Good change. Often this one is a little expensive at 2, but still worth it for me. So I don't know, putting it to 1 might make it a no-brainer. We'll see. Power of Flurgle cost increased from 1 to 2 because Flurgle's hero power right now with what Murlocs are doing is very good. Makes sense. Time Warped Alley Cat reduced from 2 to 1. Still 1 too many for me, but hey, maybe I'll take it. Maybe there's something else that's in the shop that I want that costs 1 and the other one's complete garbage and now this one feels better. Probably not, but maybe. It's more likely now. Time Warped Botani cost reduced from 2 to 1. Not a huge fan of this one, but same as Alley Cat, there are times now that it costs less. It might be more viable if the other thing is garbage. Time Warped Henchman cost 2 to 1. Exact same problem. There's an issue. There's a pattern here. There's a lot of these that are boring or worthless. This definitely hits there. Nellie's Ship cost reduced from 2 to 1. I actually like this one. I guess the problem with it is it kind of makes you play pirates, which if you don't like pirates, and if pirates aren't doing terribly well, this one doesn't feel as good either. Thorn Collar reduced from 2 to 1. I like this one at 1. I didn't like it at 2. We'll see how it runs. There are times when it's decent. Tipper reduced from 2 to 1. Once again, same exact thing. Time Warped Big Winner increased from 1 to 2, and that makes sense because this one is a steal at 1. I take this almost every time, unless those other 2 costs are amazing. At 2, I still probably want to buy this one, unless the other stuff is that much better. We'll see. Time Warped Recycler Avenge requirement reduced from 6 to 5, and yeah, no duh. 6 is stupidly high. I understand the reward is good and you're trying to find a balance. 6 is a lot. 5 is still a lot. I think if you have to put the requirement that high, it almost gets to the point where the requirement is so good it either breaks the game, it is fundamentally an issue, or is just not worth doing. And I really think they should stop walking the line. If you have to even think about putting it that high, just throw that idea away and move on to something else. Maybe shelve it and try to come up with another way to do it, but this isn't going to work. Time Warp Whelp Smugglers health buff increased from 1 to 2. Still don't want this, but hey, if you like it, here you go. Bloodbinder from 2 to 1. Definitely better at 1. We'll think about it, maybe. Gem Splitter 2 to 1. I actually don't hate this one. If it looks like I'm playing Quillbore, this is not bad. At 1, it's definitely worth getting. Harathreth's cost reduced from 2 to 1. And I'm sorry. I love the idea of this card. I feel like this has so much potential. It has never been offered to me. Not once. I play Naga all the time. This card's never even showed up for me to go, ooh, that's a bad idea, or ooh, this looks like a lot of fun because there's a bunch of beasts on my board. Also, I don't know why. 2 to 1 sounds good to me. If you are ever offered it, I'll take it. Prism Scale 2 to 1. Okay. Yeah, it's not horrible, I guess. Radio Star reduced from 2 to 1. This feels like such a niche cased card. I don't love it, but there is silliness you can do with it. So who knows? Maybe, but I haven't seen it work for anybody yet. Twirler reduced from 2 to 1 makes sense. What it does is good, but it takes time, so go for it. Secretary increased from 1 to 2, and I'll still want it depending on what else options I have. I love this card. This is phenomenal. You have Zesties, you have Deep Blues. You're sitting there kicking out Spellcraft left and right. Hell yeah, at 1. At 2, probably still yeah, but I at least have to think about it when it's at 2. Timewarp Raiders provided stats reduced from 3-3 to 3-2. I had this, it did really well for me, but it didn't feel broken. It still kind of suffers from what pirates are suffering from right now, where if you give them enough time to execute their turns, most of the time that makes them broken. So I don't really know if this is going to make any difference, but I am sad as I do like to play pirates. Theatar! Stats go from a 4-4 to a 6-6. And once again, there is a time when you have to say, are we buffing it so high it's too good? And if putting it reasonable makes it bad, maybe it just shouldn't exist. I loved Theatar in its first form when it first hit the game. It felt just right. It hasn't really worked since, and I haven't been offered Theatar, and I would love to give him a try. And maybe at 6-6 I can do that, but we'll see, because there might be better options given to me. We can dream. That's it. That's the hot patch. That's it. That's the hot fix. That's everything. What do you think? Are you excited about this season? Overall, are you satisfied with what's happening right now, or do you kind of feel like the game is what to you? Is it too much? Is it too little? I love the game. I do. I think right now it has good potential, but there is one problem with it. Currently, everybody is breakneck speed to tier 5 and 6, and it feels like if you don't hit on the Timewarp cards, then you are just dead in the water. You are instantly underpowered and you have nothing to work with. But if you do, just go to 6. Like, you already can do your thing, destroy the lobby, have fun. It feels like the game is so fast right now that it's very common for 1 to 2 people dying on turn 9 before they even get to pick the major time warp. I think the game is too hot right now, and they need to cool it off a little bit by doing some nerfs and probably buffs to other things so it doesn't quite happen so ridiculously. But we'll see, because some things feel fundamentally broken right now. Like, mechs are stupidly good, and murlocs are very good, and dragons are like walking around confused in the dark and don't know what's going on. They're like, we're an avenged tribe, and the beasts are look at them going, no, you're not. They're like, yeah, look at our tier 6 and look at all of our stuff. And they're like, well, yeah, you're trying to, but you're not doing a very good job at it. I don't know. What do you think? How do you like the state of the game right now? Thanks for watching. I hope you learned a few things. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. I can't grow without your support. I know I got to keep asking, because that is the only way we grow. Thanks again, all. I'll catch you in the Battlegrounds. Have a good one. Later.